Yeah. From the sandbox, Tonka trucks in the dirt. Mama yelling from the porch, boy coming for it get dark. Knees scraped up, didn't know what it's worth. Didn't know that same yard.
Hey, can you hear me?
Cold in the heart. Pops gone early, left a hole in the frame. Mama working double shifts, couldn't shoulder the pain. Started hanging with the older lords, learning the game. They ain't teach me how to live, they just showed me the flame. First fight, first lick, first time feel power. First time see a man fall, froze for an hour. Then it turned to the norm, numb to the scene. Turning boy to a man, way too quick, no in between.
Can you hear me?
Hurt him in his heart, now he moving like hollow. My brother
can you hear me?
As a shorty full of sorrow. Damn near 30 in that box, no tomorrow. Concrete tears every night he had to swallow. From sandbox dreams to them cold cell blocks, where time don't
can
move,
you hear me?
Pain don't stop. We all start innocent and the world get real. Now it's bars on the soul, trying to learn how to heal. From sandbox dreams to them cold cell blocks. Lost too many names, seen too many shots. If they don't tell our story, then we tell it ourselves. From the streets to the system, from the sandbox to cells. Released from the belly of the beast, still breathing. Inner peace, wrestling the grief, still bleeding. Freedom feels strange when your soul still caged. Yeah. Trying to turn the pain into wisdom on the page. Yeah. Mama barely recognized a man he became. Same eyes, different fire, yeah, different kind of flame. Every scar got a story, every step got weight. He survived what was meant just to seal his fate. Now he walk with a purpose, but the ghost still talk. Every dark alley memory follow when he walk. Praying God hear him clearer than the judge ever did. Trying to teach the next youngin' don't repeat what he lived. Loved ones go missing, tears fall in silence. Some names get candles, others buried in violence. If she blind with blue eyes, it's a headline quick. If she brown from the hood, they don't mention that shit. Mothers on the news begging, yeah, please bring her home. Other mamas cry alone, no camera, no phone. Same pain, same loss, but the coverage unequal. One story go viral, the other stay secret. Posters on posts fade under the rain. Why the system pick and choose who deserve the pain? Every hour that passes, a life on the line. But if it don't fit the narrative, they running out of time. We was kids in the dirt, now we names in the fire. Trying to smile through the pain, but it's been a while, yeah. Praying for redemption, somewhere down the road. Carrying all this weight, but we still don't fold. From sandbox dreams to them cold cell blocks, where time don't move, but the pain don't stop. We all start innocent and the world get real. Now it's bars on the soul, trying to learn how to heal. From sandbox dreams to them cold cell blocks. Lost too many names, seen too many shots. If they don't tell our story, then we tell it ourselves. From the streets to the system, from the sandbox to cells. Yeah.
All right, guys. Oh, sorry. Let me stop it. So I play it over and over and over and over and over again.
Can you hear me?
So, welcome to Sandbox, the Cell Blocks. I'm Katrina.
Oh my God.
And this is Los. What's wrong, Los?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Log off and log back on. I'll text you. I'll remove him. And at the last minute, he tells me to read the disclaimer that I don't even have right at my fingertips because that's his job. But let me go to it. So the topic today is that is not it. All right. Reconciling Street Principles with Civilian Life, the Conflicts and the Contradictions. Oh, here he is. You hear? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't hear anything. Can you hear me? Yes or no?
Yes. Sorry, guys. Not sure what's going on. There is some things that's been going on actually with my phone. My computer is kind of like I'm back with Kwame again, and I'm going through the same stuff again. So let's try and get him back on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. But I'm again, man. Pardon the body. Just got in. I'm rushing. I'm doing too much as usual. I just got in from out of town, so and I'm still not where I'm supposed to be. So I do not have access to my laptop, so I'm doing everything via the phone. And I can't open too many windows on this phone without something going bad. So you probably have to read the disclaimer.
And that's what I was telling everybody. I don't even have a disclaimer.
Oh, wow.
I got it. I just found it.
So, tighten up.
All right. This podcast is a platform for conversation, education, and community dialogue. You should know this by heart by now.
Just read it.
Yes. The views expressed by host and guests are their own and do not represent any organization, group, or institution. We do not provoke violence, illegal activity, or harm of any kind. Our discussions may include difficult or controversial topics, but our goal is understanding, accountability, and change. We ask our audience to engage respectfully. Allegations, accusations, or naming of suspects without verified information will not be allowed.
Nope.
This space exists to amplify voices, honor those impacted, and work towards unity and solutions in our communities. And next time, Los will have that on standby and know it by heart.
Yeah, it's not lit. not committing that to memorization. Although
I wanted to show you something before we start.
All right, let's go.
Look.
What does that say? Hold up, I can't see it. It says
number one rated in the state.
And what that say? Oh man, that's why I spelled wrong.
It's not. It's like Jam Pony Express.
Yeah, it say number one rate in the state. It ain't even no D on rate
in the state. I'm not gonna let you talk about my stuff like that.
I am. I'm talking about Jam Pony.
Listen.
Nope, we ain't on that today. Gotta go.
That's all right. Because I'm gonna get Jam Pony all over your S.
Listen. So listen, y'all. Another episode. This one is really geared towards those of us who have either transitioned from the streets to, a normal, I guess you could say a normal life, even though, the streets will always be with you, or those of us who've been in prison for extended periods and you coming home, like we talked about last week, coming home with certain beliefs and principles and perspectives that you have to make sense in living a civilian life, so to speak, right? So when do street principles conflict with living a regular life? And this is kind of what we're talking about because it's been coming up. I've talked to some of my guys. I actually was going to try to have my guy here tonight so he can talk to you about it. He served 26 years, but unfortunately, we having technical difficulties with getting him on. But that being said, it's like, where do you draw the line with if you are a street guy or a street girl and you adhere to certain principles or beliefs? How do you rectify them with regular, normal Joe Blow living. Here's an example. This is the example I gave to Katrina. When she asked me, when I told her this, she asked me, like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, when you in the streets or if you in prison, we adhere to a no fraternizing with snitches rule, right? We do not fraternize with the police. That's what we call snitches. We don't fraternize with them. We don't kick it with them. We don't shed any type of association or attention with them or on them that may give other people that don't know what these cats are, but that know who you are. We don't want to send the wrong impression that this is a good dude to kick it with, that this is someone that you should trust or befriend or get to let in your circle, right? So we don't give him time or attention. In fact, we ostracize him. So now you fast forward that, and you no longer live a life where you do anything wrong to where snitching is a liability, even though we still don't mess with them kind of guys. But it's like if you have a business or you have services that you provide, right, that fund your quality of life. You're a small business owner, an employer, right? Do you still do business with those you know to be, say, a snitch? This is an example, right? If you're a barber, right, I cut hair, and I had a barber shop, and a dude comes in and I know him to be a snitch from the life I used to live. Do I cut this guy's hair, right, and accept his money, his business for my service? Or do I still hold on to that? Oh, man, I ain't fucking with no snitch. You see what I'm saying? This is where the conflict comes into play because you still got to feed your family, right? But you also have to be a stand-up business guy. So whether it, I mean, I'm looking for feedback from you all. Where do you draw the line, right? Does it make sense, right? Because some street principles we honor, even though the streets are ruthless, right? The streets themselves are ruthless. They honor nothing. It's the individuals that honor the principles, that create the principles to honor. So you talk about loyalty. You don't see a bunch of that out there. If you do, it's amongst small cliques of men who are loyal to each other. And then beyond that, they will tail on someone else as well. So it's like, I mean, yeah, absolutely. So it's like, where do you draw the line? Do you take these principles with you to the graveyard throughout every facet of your life, even when you no longer live a life that requires you to be, you know, that kind of guy? I'm looking for feedback, man. Go ahead, sis.
In my opinion, I'm gonna go to the grave with what I vowed to from the beginning. If I have to have, again, for example, you got a barbershop and things like that, and you got somebody that's a snitch in there, and no, you can't come in here because the people that's around you, you in particular, not the snitch, is gonna be like, why is he serving this dude when he knows that that's not how we roll? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about VL period. I'm talking about life in general. I can say this. I don't care what nobody in the public says about me. I know my truth to be my truth. But that is important to me. I have to stand fast with what I said that I would do.
Yeah, I agree. Like your principle, this is your foundational. Like this is your foundational movement. Yes. This is what your every behavior is built upon.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but okay. I can't see.
You can't see me, but the screen went black. Now I can see you. But that being said, yeah, so it's like this. You have to do what you have to do to provide for you and your responsibilities. If you are a father, if you are a husband, if you are an uncle in charge of nephews or nieces, or if, you know what I'm saying, whatever your responsibilities are, you have to do what you have to do to take care of your responsibilities without infringing upon the things you hold near and dear to you belief-wise.
Yes.
That being said, do you judge someone for, and it wouldn't matter because you don't feed them, but do you judge someone, or do you look at them differently because at one point when they used to hustle or they used to do these things outside the boundaries of the law, right? That required them to disassociate or detach themselves from that type of element. That type of, instead we black screen, that type of element. Or do you do what you need to do to feed your family and take care of your bills in order to not have to go back to the streets and live that type of lifestyle? Right.
I think there's other things that you could do to
I get that. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for, are you, this is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the, oh, I'm finna straddle the fence. I'm saying, do you serve this person? No. Yes or no? And why or why not? This is what I'm looking for from the audience. Right? I mean, I got my personal answer. Right? It varies from whatever business I'm providing. Now, if I'm providing, say I run a small store or I sell clothes, I own a clothing store, then I'm gonna have my employees service or anyone that comes in if they got the money for this. Point blank period. I'm not turning away anyone. Right? On the flip side of that, if I'm personally finna cut someone's hair I know to be foul from a prior life of mine, I'm going to tell him he's going to have to go somewhere else. And I'm going to tell you why. Twofold. First and foremost, if you are a known snitch, that comes with inherent potential harm, right? Mm-hmm. You never know who sees you getting your haircut in my barbershop.
Right.
And decides, well, damn, I can get him right now. Right? I'm not promoting that. I'm posing a hypothetical. And I'm telling you in this hypothetical why I wouldn't cut your hair, right? Because if someone saw me cutting your hair, and I know you to be this, and they know you to be this, and they decided this was the perfect opportunity to get you, I'm putting myself in harm's way. Yeah. I'm putting everybody in my shop in harm's way. And I'm also jeopardizing the very responsibilities I'm supposed to be cutting your hair to provide for. Because if I'm removed from the fold, or my friends or family are removed from the fold because I decided to cut your hair and we all get hurt or removed, like killed in the process, like, yeah, it's not worth it. So I'm not going to cut your hair if I know you to be that. Right? You have to find your haircut somewhere else. Like, that's the way it's going to be. And I'm not in that life, but I'm still going to honor that. I can't fuck with you.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
You are a walking cautionary tale. Like, nigga, you in trouble.
Absolutely. It's kind of like when your grandma say, don't put that fork in the outlet.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna put the fork in the outlet when I just told you? To me, that's kind of like the same thing. It's the same value, but that's just my opinion. But yes, would love to hear comments from the audience about that, because I think me and you, even though we're from different
walks of life,
we do think a lot of like. Los, are you there? Los. Well, we lost him again. He'll come back on. I'm gonna take him off and then let him come back on. I think that this subject is something that is very. This is Los's lane. I can't say it's all my lane because he. This process is something that he's gone through, and something that I don't think I've gone through, but I know I'm not going to jeopardize my values, period. What Donna Blue taught me to do is what I'm going to live by. Los, you there? Can't hear you. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
I'm sorry, man. That probably was due to I got family in prison. That was just trying to contact.
Okay. I was just telling everybody that even though me and you are from different walks of life, I think this excuse me, this subject is more on your lane, for you to talk more about.
Once take the money once, keep it short, and then the end politely. It's supposed to be denied a business, refuse to serve him. Can you hear me, sis?
Yes, I hear you. I'll read it. Once taking the money once, keep it short and professional, and then in the end say politely that the business refuses to serve them for the indefinite future, as is our right, and to have a day that they deserve.
Yeah,
They like take that
I
money once,
understand that.
tell them. I'm sorry, what?
I don't. Again, to each his own. I don't want your money at all, right?
At all.
Not that way.
But
Because
that's cutthroat right there.
I don't. No,
yeah.
you don't want to play that game though. Because again, you talking about upholding a certain principle of belief. Yet you're gonna compromise at this once, Hope. And in the process of doing so, then you're gonna tell them they can no longer come. You don't know how that's gonna make that particular person feel, even if they are POS, right?
Mm-hmm.
POSs, I know some POSs that are the most dangerous people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you don't even want to play that game with them. You just gonna have to refuse. Hey, brother, I cannot cut your hair, or I can't do whatever I'm gonna do for you because you are a danger to my clients or my customers or whatever, based off your background. I just don't even want you in my dwelling, right? Like I don't want you there. Now from there, and you got a right to serve who you want to,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But you can't discriminate based off gender or gender affiliation, or you know what I'm saying, or nationality or ethnicity. You can't do that. But I'm telling you, it ain't no check box on the sheet that say if you discriminate against a rat, right? So I'm telling you now, I don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? You can get your hair cut somewhere, even if you got the sack. I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah. Because then you know what they say: if you lay with dogs, you get fleas.
You lay with dogs, you get fleas, bro. That's simple.
Yeah.
Simple. But look, on the flip side of that, what happens if you are looking for employment and your prospective employer is a snitch, or your prospective employer is someone who served time for some of the most despicable stuff? And I don't want to sit here and judge crimes, but we all know some things are more despicable than others, right? Child molestation, you know what I'm saying, right? Raping or harming the elderly, like these type of things you get treated in prison for, right?
Right.
But you need a job, and this is the owner of the company you trying to get a job for. How do you approach that? Do you? Well, damn, I got bills piling up. I've tried 10 other places. Nobody's willing to give me the opportunity, but this person is. How do you approach that? I'm trying to make this make sense from a street principle standpoint to an ordinary Joe Blow standpoint. Got to make this shit make sense. I don't want to hear that emotional shit about, oh, I ain't doing well. How you gonna eat? Make it make sense for me. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna eat if you haven't been eating and this dude is giving you an opportunity to eat? Do you accept it? Do you reject it? What do you do? I want to hear how this shit play out, because I'm trying to see how people think. Mm-hmm. What matters to them? This is gonna tell me a person's values. This is gonna tell me how serious you are in your life. You know what I'm saying? Your life path. I want to know, like, yeah, if you can't eat, and a child molester who's the owner of a company tells you, yeah, John Doe, I'm willing to give you a job, even though you was just in prison with me, and I'm willing to have you work for me, right? Ain't nobody else giving you a job. You might as well work for me. Scum of the earth. This is what you're thinking. And yet here you are, humbly before him, trying to get a job. How do you approach that? You know what I'm saying? There's some shit to think about. All my guys who finna get out, all my guys who out here now, looking for employment, like, this is the stuff you have to reconcile with. Like, a lot of people don't care one way or the other. And I'm telling you, at the end of the day, the only opinion is yours. Because you're the only one going to feed you if ain't nobody else feeding you. However, I want to know, what you feel, what you believe, and how does this coincide with, what you hold near and dear?
Yeah.
Do you bite the bullet or do you enforce your principles? I'm just saying, make it make sense.
Yeah. Again, for me, I'm not gonna go back on what I was taught, what I believe in, what I took oaths to. I'm just not gonna go backwards. That's gonna put me in a place where I'm not gonna flourish. Let's just say with the oath I took with the VLs. If I'm doing something like that, how can my brothers and sisters stand beside me or stand behind me when that's not the oath that I took? Does that make sense?
Again, I'm here in full devil's advocate mode right now. I'm in devil's advocate mode because I have strong beliefs and I've been moving to my beliefs. But I'm saying I want to see how other people view these things without me putting it in their head how they should move based on how I'm gonna move all the time, right? I'm gonna share both sides. And then from there I want people to think about this shit. That's all. This is just a thinking topic. What do you do? Go ahead.
So do you feel like you've put something in my head for me to give that answer?
I don't know that. I don't think so. I think you just
That's a fair answer.
And look, and at the end of the day, all due respect, you have a different skill set than most of us coming from positions I've been in have. You a fucking trained nurse for decades. So it's not the same. You're gonna be able to find employment pretty easily anywhere you pretty much go, right? I'm talking about those of us who played in the streets, didn't develop a skill set, and now you feel like I'm just gonna transition and go to regular Joe Blow life. And if you don't have enough income or the wherewithal to start a business, then you're gonna have to work for someone, right? And if you're working for someone, requires you to have to take a job at a place for somebody that you did a flat out racist. Do you accept it? If this flat out racist is giving you employment and nobody else has offered you employment, I got guys out here that have been turned down 12, 13 jobs, literally. My last guy had 4 jobs after being turned down. I think he said 4 or 5, right? And those 4 jobs all fired him once his background came back, right? 45 days, 60 days, 50-some days, right? They fired him once the background came back, even though he was up front to begin with, like, I have a background. He didn't specify what kind of background because they never asked.
Gotcha.
But when they ran that background, they like, oh, well, yeah, we got to let you go, man. You committed robberies or you know what I'm saying? He like, damn, can't keep a job. So I'm saying this would be a question to my guys. Well, actually, I had this conversation with my guy. I'm not going to put a name out there, but I had a conversation with him about 4 days ago about this, right? You can't keep a job because you got a background. Most people don't even give you the opportunity to have a job, to work for them because it's your background, right? Yeah. You are a 49-year-old man. Sorry, no names. 49-year-old man, right? Spent 19 years in prison on this sentence. You've already served 5 years for another one. So you're 24 years in, right? You don't really have a skill set. Highly intelligent, but you don't have a real skill set. And physically, you aren't really capable of carrying the load because he's kind of a smaller man, right? So it's like, do you take this job from someone who is a known racist or a known pedophile or, right? You know this to be the case, but this is the only person offering you employment. How do you reconcile that with what you believe?
Yeah.
I damn near cussed him out, right? Because he said some crazy stuff. And it was like, that makes no sense for the stuff you say you believe, right? Right? It went way, way right field, right? Like, yeah, I'm talking about. I say, well, you talking about cutting corners, committing other criminal acts, or that makes no fucking sense, right? It makes no fucking sense. You talking about doing something ransoming, so to speak, and I'm gonna leave it there. That makes no fucking sense. Oh, and by the way, you have my guy got a pregnant girl. Right? You got a pregnant. You can't be absent in this child's life. So you got major responsibilities late in life. How do you reconcile that with the shit you proclaim to believe?
Yeah.
Oh, and you a member, right?
What?
And you are a member. So now it's like this. Community, family, self, as a whole. How do you reconcile that with, I make this shit make sense for me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. I ain't telling you to go one way or the other. Right now, I'm playing devil's advocate. Right. I want to know why you believe and feel the way you do. How do you reconcile your feelings and beliefs with the shit you proclaim? Right? Yeah. With ordinary life. And ordinary life and requires certain things. Mm-hmm. Are you going to give what ordinary life and demands? Or are you going to change those circumstances completely? Right? When you don't like them, my mama said, if you don't like something, get your ass up and go about changing them.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't like it, nigga, change the circumstances. This Annie Mae talking.
Yep. Shout out to Miss Annie Mae.
Hey, mama. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like it, change the circumstances. But until you do that, you still gotta make it make sense.
Yeah. That's deep right there, though, Los.
I'm just saying. Make it make sense. That's what we want to do. We want to make this shit make sense because we all out here. You know what I'm saying? And we all out here struggling in our own way. It don't necessarily mean struggling don't always mean living paycheck to paycheck. Right. That ain't struggling got a myriad of definitions. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You could be struggling emotionally but have all the financial means in the world. Right? Mm-hmm. You could be struggling financially but be at peace with everything else in life. Right? I mean, it's struggle don't mean one thing.
Right.
So
I love that though. And you did make a point, and I'm not trying to when you said, you know, I do have a skill set, you're right. And that does put this perspective in a whole different light, because I don't have to work for nobody. I can actually work for myself.
For yourself. Absolutely.
But on the flip side of that, when I got fired from a job, I was lost because I didn't know which way to go. So this is deep. I like that. I love this conversation. You teach me a lot of stuff. Let's
I'm learning.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm learning right now, but read that comment from her because I can really see it.
Okay. Amanda Bridges says, my husband got out and got on with the temp agency until he came across someone who would give him a chance. Ultimately, he ended up with his own business and doesn't have to deal with background checks anymore. And
again, that's a prime example of when you don't like the conditions you have to endure or the circumstances you currently inhabit, change them. That man got out with a plan. You know what? I'm gonna take any job till I can get a better one and save enough money until I can put this idea into motion. And that's what he did. He put an idea into motion.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying?
We got another one. I would serve a known
child molester.
Okay. Some things you can't say, Los.
What?
Some things you can't say.
Child molester, murder, and the snitch, but I've never taken a job from any of them. Okay. I guess that's fair.
I can tell you this about Hope. She's a missing persons advocate. Very strong woman.
I think I met her.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
But there has been some situations where she could have been in a higher level of the missing world.
Advocacy.
Yeah, that she didn't take because she stood fast to her beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rocks with Hope.
Yeah, we support that. And again, when I see that type of stuff, again, I sit here and I used to have these conversations with my guys on the inside, right? There are hierarchies throughout different facets of life, right? When you're talking about the neighborhood, there's the person that's on the pedestal above us, right? And then you're talking about society at large. You got the the non-criminal, so to speak, and the criminal, right? The non-criminal views the criminal as lower ladder, right? Lower on the totem pole. And when you get in the criminal world, there's certain criminality that gets downcast further than other criminality. So when I tell you, when she said the CM, the murderer, etc., is all the same, I understand what she means, even though I disagree with it because I'm coming from a different end of the spectrum, right? But I understand it, and I've had these discussions with the counselors in prison, with various people I've met throughout prison about how the prison hierarchy works, right? I'm explaining this to people who were in college, who, hell, professors, psychiatrists at Oregon State Prison. Like these are the conversations I've had. And they trying to figure out, well, how we have the gall to do that when we're all criminals, right? And I'm telling you the same way in life, right? When you live a normal Joe Blow life, and even if it's unconscious bias, it exists. People who make X amount of dollars don't view people who make this amount of dollars the same way. I ain't saying all people do that, but I'm saying it happens, and it's called unconscious bias. And these unconscious biases, whether you are aware or not, they still exist. We just consciously biased in prison. You know what I'm saying? And on the bottom of that scale is the CMs and the rats.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. So whether you agree or not, I'm just breaking down. I understand it from both angles. But that being said, I still need people to hypothesize. How would you react if these conditions were yours? Right? Fresh, unemployed, bills due, eviction notice, or baby need milk, so to speak. Car note due, whatever it is. And the only employment you can get, or the only business you can get, involves dealing with someone you quote unquote despise, or they disgust you. Do you do it? Right? Do you do it?
Yeah.
If this particular person violates every principle you hold near and dear, and yet this is the only opportunity you get with this particular person to pay for that rent, pay for that car note, that insurance, put that meal on the table, get the baby medicine, whatever it is, do you do it? And I just want to know how people think. Like, what do you value more?
Right.
And that's what it comes. That's what it comes to. Exactly. That's what it comes to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you value my opinion about you more than your child needing a meal? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you value members in your own crews, rules and regulations that you may be sworn to, more than paying that rent you and your wife need paid? I'm just saying, man, make it make sense. Make it make sense for me.
Yeah.
Right? Make it make sense for me. That's all.
And let's go a little bit further. Let's talk about the CMs. Did they mom and daddy not treat or teach them the right way? And they just went against all their values and started doing this type of shit?
Again, I don't know. I try not to. I don't even know how to comprehend that type of stuff. But I do know that we did put them on the bottom of the Richter scale, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about like the flip side, like you saying about getting a job and things like that, going against your values that you were brought up on. We can go a little step further and say that those people that are like that, were they not taught better?
Well, look, okay, I went against values. I wasn't raised to be a criminal.
That's right? Where I was going with that.
I wasn't raised to sell drugs. I wasn't raised to, commit harm to people. I didn't learn that shit in the house, right?
And they would have got your ass.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like this. You didn't learn this shit in the house, but you learned it from somewhere.
Yeah.
So wherever you learned it from, you put more value on it than what you had in the house. You know what I'm saying? At some point, this shit just overwhelmed what was taught in the house, right? You embraced it completely until you learned that, well, damn, this shit got me nowhere fast.
Yeah.
But some of it that you did learn was beneficial, is beneficial, and is good for you. So you just have to learn how to, you know, plug in and remove certain things. Plug this in, take this out. Pick and play.
Yeah.
But I wasn't raised to be like that. I did it anyway. See, I got a kind of rebelliousness to me when people tell me I shouldn't do this or I can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can get that done. Yeah, I can get that done. Maybe I shouldn't do it, right? And you're probably right. But I'm going to get that done. Short story short. Annie Mae, my mother, bought me a Tonka truck. This probably had to be, I don't know, 87 or something. Because they said that Tonka trucks could not be destroyed. They were indestructible. Right? So my mama bought me a toy that she felt like she wouldn't have to replace because I could play with this dump truck all until, you know, I grew out of it, right? Bought me this big ass Tonka toy dump truck. And and on the thing it said indestructible. Or something along those lines, unbreakable, indestructible, something like that, right? I took the dump truck. I remember analyzing this thing. I played with it. I put dirt all in it. I carried rocks. I had all them little $2 bags of Walgreens, men, army men stuck in poses, right? They all frozen poses, different colors. This is what I got. I had about 700 of these things. I used to put them in there with the rocks in the grass and play with this. And then I'm like, you know what? I could break this. Right? This thing said it can't be broken, but I can break this. And I'm going to do it just because it said it can't happen. I took it. I turned it over, opened the shovel up, and the part where the shovel connected to the base of the truck or the chassis, right? I stumped on it for days until it broke. And when it broke, I took it to my mother to show her that I could break it. And my mother beat all the skin off my ass.
Okay.
Right? This is a classic case of doing some shit just because you can don't mean you should. Right?
Let's go with Lord Aaron. We not only are to do what's right and exact, but we have to do what's in our best interest respectfully.
Okay, well, let's play on that. Devil's advocate. That's vague. Lord, that's vague. What's right and exact? First off, what's right is subjective. That's based off what you believe in. So your right, my right might not coincide, right? Because if I believe that right is what's doing in my best interest always, then my right is not going to coincide with your right if your right is doing what you believe in, right? Doing what principles you swore an oath to. Because swearing an oath to principles and just doing what's in your best interest don't always coincide, right? So if I'm doing what's in my best interest, and like I said, I'm feeding my son or my daughter by any means necessary. If I'm dealing with rats and CMs and whatever, I just need to do what I need to do to feed my babies. You can't knock me for that because I'm doing what's right by me, right? That's what you said. Do what's right on your best interest. Well, if what's right is always what's in my best interest, then that's how I'm moving. So you got to rephrase that, Lord. Like, it's a way to play with these words. I'm one of them dudes could do it. Make it make sense. What's right and exact, we have to do, yeah. So, you know, how do you mediate the conflict, the friction between what's right and what's in your best interest, right? Best interest meaning minimizing any harm or unnecessary or misfortune that befalls you or those that you are responsible for. I'm trying to give a definition that I think people would kind of agree with, right? That's best interest, doing what's in your best interest. That means moving to the tune that minimizes any negative or misfortune, you know what I'm saying, that befalls on you or those you are responsible for. That's the best way I can describe that. Doing what's right by your oath, whatever your oath may be. I ain't just talking about vice lords or whatever. Whatever your oath may be, it could be to a religion, right? But doing what's right by that may be different. So I'm just saying, like this is an individualized makeup of what I'm trying to get to. How do us as individuals respond and react to these type of problems? Because a lot of us dealing with this shit, right? A lot of us are dealing with this shit. And as a result, a lot of us are suffering because, call it what you want, we making choices that don't necessarily coincide with one or the other. Our best interests, or they don't coincide with the principles we proclaim to believe. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. One or the other. So you're making a choice and shit not going the way you want it to for one reason or the other. Mm-hmm. If I make a choice to not engage with certain people based off a disagreeing behavior, right, then I don't feed my family or pay my bills, right? But I keep the respect maybe of people who don't do shit for me. Mm-hmm. Make it make sense. Or if I do deal with these people, I get to pay my bills, feed my family, and lose the respect and the value of people who don't do shit for me. So I'm saying, how do you reconcile this shit? Make it make sense. I'm not saying one way or the other. I told y'all I'm devil's advocate today.
Right. I like how you just put that last part in. That's a good term too. Like talking about what you said, like if you're with these people that's not doing anything for you, hey, it's kind of like what they say, if you don't see it, it does no harm. You feel me? So if other people don't see you working for this person or whatever, they'll never know. So that kind of comes again into what type of person you really are as a whole.
Integrity.
Yes.
Integrity.
Yes. Hope says, sometimes we convince ourselves that something is in our best interest because we don't want to accept an internal conflict and then end up breaking what's right and exact as well. Sometimes not always taking what's in our best interest is in our best interest. Very good, Hope. I like that.
I like that. And that was kind of deep.
Yeah, she deep.
Hey, I'm waiting on you, Aaron. I know I'm talking and you typing, so it's gonna be a different speed, brother. So, but I get it. Don't lose your self-respect. Respect from others is last on my list.
That's what I was
gotta deal with. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But self-respect is key. Again, we talking about values.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man, you have to wake up and still love the person you are. And if you can't love who you are because you knowingly did something that goes against what you believe or proclaim to believe, man, that is a conflict that's going to play out way funkier internally than it is externally. Absolutely. Right? It is going to fuck with your emotional well-being. You're going to complex. You're going to second guess your decision making. You like it. Yeah, that I absolutely agree. Don't lose the respect you have for yourself. In the process, it's going to work out. Because if it don't work out today, you should be able to make it make sense tomorrow. Because when you determine to make something happen, man, we tend to figure it out. If you're not one of these people who give up. If you're not no giving up ass person, like every time shit get rough, get difficult, you just give up on everything, it'll tend to work itself out the way it should, based off the work you put in for it. So that's how it goes. You don't know something, you're going to have to pick up a book. You're going to have to do some research. You know what I'm saying? Nobody going to help you? Shit, you got to make some errors. Trust me, we know that. You got to make some errors until you figure it out. And eventually, like, you know what I'm saying, it's going to work out to the level of work you put in. Yeah. Right? Nothing ain't going to happen overnight, man. If you one of these people that always want some shit to happen as you think it, the thought is the cause of it all. I'm not saying it's not. But thoughts don't manifest into reality as fast as the thought occurs. Right? Oh yeah, I want to be a millionaire. It don't happen like that. You got to work for that shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got to work for that. So, but yeah, let me read that. Respect for my community is very important to an extent. Again, if you have to live in a community, then you definitely want to be respected in your community. You don't want to be the person that everybody starts clutching their purses and pulling their children to the side and don't mess with him or her because like that makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
So you have to care about what other people think to some degree. That's just the way it works. We are social beings.
Yeah. I don't know about that, Lowe's. I
Yeah,
don't.
you do. You do.
You already see.
You do.
You think so?
You absolutely do.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about that on the back end.
To some degree, everybody cares about how they are viewed by society at large. To some degree, that's where the vagueness comes in because to that degree, like I don't give a damn about a whole lot, but I do care about certain things. Right? Don't play with my name. That means I care about what society thinks to some degree. Don't put my name in shit I didn't know, like shit that I feel is despicable. I don't want my name associated with it, which means I care about what society thinks to some degree. You see what I'm saying? Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. Don't have me associated with no ratting, no chat. You like, nah, none of that. I ain't with none of that. So don't associate me with that. And that's how, yeah. So let me read that from Aaron.
I think our oath teaches us to think constructively. So would I choose respect from those that stagnant overdoing for
my family or whatever?
That would be non-constructive to me. But keep going, Lord, because I'm cooking for my lady right now.
Well, that's cooking for baby is in your best interest. Because they say happy wife, happy life, brother. So make that food, man.
I like
way that I mean in the way that I behave, not what others say about me. Again, you
expound on that, Hope.
And then I'll say this. Yes, sir. Then I'll say this. Even behavior, right? You check your own behavior, even if unconsciously, to refrain from offending a certain segment, whether it's police or the neighbors or whatever. You refrain from doing certain things to keep from being seen a certain way. Even if you do be feeling like sometimes, I just want to do whatever. You don't, because you don't want the perspective from other people that comes with it, right? So to some degree, we all care about the way we are perceived. To some degree. Some of us a lot more than others, right? So I understand. I'm one of them people that, man, my mother will tell you, I don't give a damn about a whole lot. But what I do give a damn about, I give a whole lot of damn about it, right? I do. So, yeah, I agree with all that. You know, yeah. And I like the conversation.
So I know how you are with time, and we got 9 minutes. So since it's the end, are you willing to tell us your take on this subject?
I think if you've been paying attention, I've kind of told you my take on it, right?
Well, we're just talking about black and white, not like black advocate or nothing like that. Just
man, look, black and white.
If you were in that position,
already been in that position, black and white. I'm gonna make it happen one way or another without compromising what I believe in. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking with no rat. I'm not fucking with no CM, and that's just the way it is, right? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm going to figure out how to communicate what's in my best interest to me and how to make it happen. And I'm not against hard work. I don't mind working hard in order to get somewhere I'm trying to get so I can work harder to get right. I'm going to figure it out, sis. I'm not doing certain shit, though. Like point blank period. And I just happen to be a bit more fortunate in the support department because I do have an extended family. I do got a gang of guys that I can lean on if I need to.
Yeah.
So for those of us who don't, I can't tell you how to do what you do. But me, that's how I'm moving. I ain't compromising shit when it comes to that.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, again, I need to be able to wake up and look at myself every day and feel the same way about myself as I did before I committed whatever act I committed. If I could do that, I'm cool with it. I don't give a damn about how the rest of the world views me if I can view myself in a loving manner.
Absolutely.
Right? I love myself. If I can't wake up and still be in harmony with who I see myself to be, something is wrong. I've done some shit I shouldn't have done. I need to rectify that. So I try not to even have them conflicts. I'm emotionally intact for the most part. I'm a little fucked up, but I'm emotionally intact for the most part.
We all are. We all got a little bit of crazy in us, certified sometimes. Like,
a little bit. You got a lot.
Whatever. You just think because I'm older than you, I got a lot. But
we're 30 years older than me. But go ahead.
We're gonna move on from that. What happens if you accept said job and then you find out that that person was a snitch or a CM or beating up on his wife? Then how you fix that?
Again, my position stands the same. I'm going to seek other employment, right? And immediately upon finding other employment, even if it might pay me a little less, right? I got to move on. Yeah. And I'm going to do that in a way that's still respectful because at the end of the day, that shit follows you to the other employment. But I'm going to remove myself from that situation. You know what I'm saying? I got to do it. But I'm still gonna do it in the way so when my other employer hears about it, they don't feel that I would just do them the same way.
Yeah.
Right. So I got to go on because we having goddamn technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? My brain pattern waves and the dudes ain't in alignment. So I got to move on immediately, or as I say, expeditiously. Shit.
Okay, Leon.
I'm telling you.
Yes, so does how you treat people in your establishment.
Absolutely. Yeah, so does at the end of the day, man, you know the golden rule is in effect with me, but I modified that. See, the golden rule is you treat people the way you want to be treated, right? So I modified that. You treat people the way you would want to be treated if similarly situated, right? Life circumstances make a difference. Like you can't expect to get treated with the same style and flair of decorum that a person who's never did some bullshit to anybody in their life, and you've been out here doing bullshit to people, right? You can't expect that. So you know the golden rule is in effect, but I modified it. That's how I move, and I can't tell you how to move. So.
I get it. Well, we are coming up to the end.
We are,
and I think this is cool, even though we couldn't see you for the whole segment.
Who, me?
Yeah, you still on a black screen.
Oh, that is crazy. I'm on here. I'm looking at myself and you.
Yeah, you've been black the whole time we've been on here.
Man,
but it's okay. What you're saying, it still impacts us. We don't have to see your red behind.
I'm good because I'm in here in a dirty t-shirt and my head ain't been shaved and my beard is snow white and gray. Shit.
You know what? I think y'all get grayer once y'all get out here.
I'm telling you. Listen, if you look at, I'm gonna have to put some of these old TikTok or Instagram videos when I was doing my 60 days out, and you're gonna be like, God dang.
I see it.
I'm telling you, man.
Look at Lo sitting in this car talking about how these people are doing crap. And he got, yeah.
Yeah, it then got bad, man. That you stressing me out, man.
I don't stress you. You got a whole person.
You stressing me out. They stressing me out too.
Hey, you
Yeah,
ain't gonna be
man.
putting that on the female body.
I'm putting that on all my whole crew in my family, my sister, my mama, my stepmama, my godmama, my girl, man. Everybody, yeah, stress.
And what your guys doing to you?
You know, my dogs.
You know what? You're
Shout
done.
out to my guys. No, I'm just
You're
messing
done.
with you. I'm just messing with you.
You're fired.
Well, damn. All right, man. Yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate the interaction. But yeah, we gotta get up off here. Y'all gotta hit the highway again.
Oh my gosh. Good night.
I know.
Peace
Yeah,
and blessings.
peace and love, y'all. No, God bless. Yeah, we out.
Um
Same world, different rule. Yeah, yeah. From the sandbox, Tonka trucks in the dirt. Mama yelling from the porch, boy coming for it get dark. Knees scraped up, didn't know what it's worth. Didn't know that same yard turned cold in the heart. Pops gone early, left. Hole in the frame. Mama working double shifts, couldn't shoulder the pain. Started hanging with the older lords, learning the game. They ain't teach me how to live, they just showed me the flame. First fight, first lick, first time feel power. First time see a man fall, froze for an hour. Then it turned to the norm, numb to the scene. Turning boy to a man, way too quick, no in between. Hurt him in his heart, now he moving like hollow. My brother caught a body as a shorty full of sorrow. Damn near 30 in that box, no tomorrow. Concrete tears every night he had to swallow. From sandbox dreams to them cold cell blocks, where time don't move but the pain don't stop. We all start innocent and the world get real. Now it's bars on the soul trying to learn how to heal. From sandbox dreams to them cold cell blocks, lost too many names, seen too many shots. If they don't tell our story, then we tell it ourselves. From the streets to the system, from the sandbox to cells. Released from the belly of the beast, still breathing. Inner peace, wrestling the grief, still bleeding. Freedom feels strange when your soul still caged. Yeah. Trying to turn the pain into wisdom on the page. Yeah. Mama barely recognized a man he became. Same eyes, different fire, yeah, different kind of flame. Every scar got a story, every step got a way. He survived what was meant just to seal his fate. Now he walk with a purpose, but the ghost still talk. Every dark alley memory follow when he walk. Praying God hear him clearer than the judge ever did. Trying to teach the next youngin' don't repeat what he lived. Loved ones go missing, tears fall in silence. Some names get candles, others buried in violence. If she blind with blue eyes, it's a headline quick. If she brown from the hood, they don't mention that shit. Mothers on the news begging, yeah, please bring her home. Other mamas cry alone, no camera, no phone. Same pain, same loss, but the coverage unequal. One story go viral, the other stay secret. Posters on posts fade under the rain, while the system pick and choose who deserve the pain. Every hour that passes a life on the line, but if it don't fit the narrative, they running out of time. We was kids in the dirt, now we names in the fire. Trying to smile through the pain, but it's been a while, yeah. Praying for redemption, somewhere down the road. Carrying all this weight, but we still don't fold. From sandbox dreams to them cold cell blocks, where time don't move, but the pain don't stop. We all start innocent and the world get real. Now it's bars on the soul trying to learn how to heal. From sandbox dreams to them cold cell blocks, lost too many names, seen too many shots. If they don't tell our story, then we tell it ourselves. From the streets to the system, from the sandbox to cells. Yeah. Yeah, started in the sandbox, ended in the cell blocks. Same world, different rule. Yeah, yeah. From the sandbox, Tonka trucks in the dirt. Mama yelling from the porch, boy coming for it get dark. Knees scraped up, didn't know what it's worth. Didn't know that same yard turned cold in the heart.